Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's hear it up for this beautiful band. We got Sean Schloegel here on piano as our guest pianist today. Give him a warm welcome. I hope that you woke well. I hope you traveled here well, and we are very happy to see you. If you are new here, welcome. If you are old here, welcome, and we're glad you be here. We're going to start off with some singing, as we usually do, about giving ourselves permission. You know, that thing is like, oh, I should, I would, I could. How about you say yes? And as usual, dancing is always allowed. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself permission to be passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself a permission to be passionate and free. I give myself permission to be all I can be. I give myself a permission to be passionate and free. I give permission to be passionate and free. Come on, James, give me some permission. I give myself a permission to be what I wanna be. I give myself permission to be passionate and free. To be passionate and free. To be passionate and
So here we are today, giving ourselves permission. Permission that is already granted from the Infinite One. And so I tap in and I tune in to the great Creator that is everywhere present. I recognize and know that it is the infinite yes that is always calling forth the highest and greatest sense of self as each and every one of us. So as I give myself permission, I give myself permission to be free, to be loved, to be peaceful, to be the place where that source shows up, to create a new expression on this planet, a new expression of love, a new expression of light, a new expression of peace and harmony, that I can be that creative place where something new shows up that's never happened before. And as I recognize and know this truth for myself, I recognize and know this truth for each and every person here. That this day is a day that the infinite Creator made because it loved itself so much it wanted to be right here and right now as each and every one of us. And so I celebrate that truth, and I recognize that awakening happening within each and every one of us. From the music to the meditation to the message, that it's been designed especially for each and every one of us for where we are right here and right now. And so as I allow the unfoldment of the infinite possibilities to happen as my life, as this service, I know that the ripples of creation are loving, joyful, impactful in a way that lifts everybody else up. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. And so it is. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our Sunday morning. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Seattle. I'm Abigail Schairer. I'm one of your ministers here, and it is my pleasure to welcome all of you in person and all of you online. And I want you to know that truly this service has been designed especially for you. And sometimes it's just this magical alchemy that happens where we're tuning into a higher vision, and then all of a sudden after service, somebody says, that's the song I needed to hear. That's the words I needed to hear. Or that's the friend I needed to meet. You know, it's just an amazing thing. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. And if you're here for the first time, welcome home. We want to be a sanctuary for everybody. And I want you to know my pronouns are she and her. And for anybody else, whoever you are, whatever your gender identity, your sexual orientation, your ethnicity, whoever you are in this world, you're a part of who we are. And so you belong here, and I'm very glad that you showed up. And if you are here for the first time, we have these these cards in the back of the seat pockets. The second one down is a connection card. If you want to be connected and looped into this greater community, fill one of those out, give it to anybody on staff, put it in the offering basket. We will make sure you're connected. For those of you online, we have a virtual version of the connection card. We would love to have you connected to us. And we have a weekly newsletter that goes out. It's got all of the information about what's up and coming, but also has cool articles about how to live a great life. So it's not just news, it's also great information about how to be connected in this world. And I really want to say I'm so grateful for our music team today. We've got Sean and Joe and James and Yuri. And I want to acknowledge our tech team. We got Bruce is back in the house, Guy, Danny, and the guy behind the, I don't have your name. Nate, there we go. And Nate, he's behind the video camera. So I'm so grateful for all of the people that make this service happen. And I'm also especially grateful for our guest musician who's part of our community. And she's an amazing expression. She's also a powerful jazz singer around the state of Washington and internationally renowned. She was featured in Wales last year for her music. And we are so blessed to have her with us today, LaVon Hardison.
I haven't done anything yet. Well, I'll just take my check and go. I'm thinking about it while he's doing that. Gourmet for God. There's a gourmet in God that Jake and I are doing music for. Big now. October 30th, I believe. Yeah. So today is about permission and saying yes. When spirits say yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know spirits guiding me. When spirits dance. 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 When spirits dance.
I used to play a lot of games as a kid. Did anybody else play games as a kid? Yeah. I loved all kinds of games, and there was this one game, Mother May I. Did anybody play that? Yeah. So if you didn't play that, let me tell you how it goes. So there's usually a minimum of 3 people, 3 kids, and one person is the mother. And the rest of the kids are the kids. And they stand, so the mother stands in one place and the kids stand far away. And it starts off where you each get a chance to ask your mother permission to move forward closer to the mother. And so you might say, oh, Mother May I move 2 places forward like a kangaroo? And then the mother can say yes or no. And so the mother might say, no, you may not, but you may move forward for 5 seconds like a crab. And so the idea is who can get to mother first and tag mother, and then that person gets to be the mother and give permission or not give permission. And so it's a fun little game that we played as kids. And while it was fun and ridiculous, what I recognize is that paradigm of asking permission has traveled throughout the adult life. And oftentimes we're in situations and circumstances where we're asking permission of society, and maybe we're pretending our parents are the authority figures, and we're asking permission of the authority figures, or we're asking permission over and over again of what is okay and not okay. Well, I have good news for all of you. Yes, you may. I give you all permission, okay? Because the cool thing is that the infinite universe, the great creator itself, always says yes. Always says, yes, you may. Yes, you may. And if it's for the greater expansion of the universe and harms no one, that it is in complete alignment with who you truly are. So please repeat after me, yes, I may. Yes, I may.
Yes, I may.
Yes, I may.
Yes, I may.
There you go. Way to embody it. I love it. Well, I recognize that oftentimes when I've wanted to say yes to myself, there's those voices in my head, the voice of like, hey, you want to be an artist? Oh, nobody makes any money in art. You want to be a musician? Well, you sing off key. You want that job? You have to have a degree. How many out there have heard those? Yeah. Well, there was one time whenever I really wanted to work at Stanford. I know I've told this story before in various avenues, but the deal is that I was working for a staffing agency, and one of our clients was Stanford University, and I didn't have a degree at the time. But I found out that Stanford pays really well and they have lots of benefits. And I wanted to work for Stanford. So I quit my job at the staffing agency so I could apply for jobs at Stanford. Now, Stanford, being an educational institution, has a lot of degree requirements. Fancy that. And I found out that I was looking at these jobs and it would say, bachelor's degree or whatever, and I didn't have it at the time. And so I would self-elect out of those jobs, even though I could see that I had the skill set and I had the experience to qualify for that job. I saw this one thing on there and I was like, I'm not going to apply. And then I took a class at my Center for Spiritual Living, which was in San Jose at that time, and I started recognizing my own limitations that I imposed on myself that caused me to not do things that I wanted. And so I looked at that degree and I was like, oh no, I can't do that because I don't have that degree. Well, then I realized that I was self-limiting. Like the person who is looking at the resumes, like they're the ones who could take me out. I was taking me out before I even gave myself a chance. So I started applying to all of these jobs at Stanford that I was qualified for, but I didn't have the degree. And I actually made an interview, and I made it to the final 2 people of this job, and they picked the other person. So, yeah, right? That sucked. But I ended up getting a job for a staffing agency I was working on campus, on the Stanford campus, at the Stanford Faculty Club. And a year later, that person who was hiring for that job, he walks in, and he sees me at the front desk of the Stanford Faculty Club that also had a 5-bedroom hotel attached to it. And he says, oh, you've been managing this hotel, this 5-bedroom hotel? And I said, yeah, I have. And he said, well, we're building a hotel on campus. We're going to be building a Stanford hotel. And I'm looking for people, and I'd like to hire you. And so he hired me right then and there to go work for Stanford. And I had this breadth of experience that he was looking for this 5-bedroom hotel that I wouldn't have had any experience for, but I got that interim job that gave me exactly what I needed. And then I got a job at Stanford, which I worked for 10 years. And by the way, that job also needed a degree, which I did not have at that time. So how many times are you stopping yourself because you think somebody else is going to tell you no, and so you go ahead and you eliminate yourself from the game? You're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to try because of X, Y, or Z. So I want to encourage you to recognize that you are actually the beginning of where all things happen. You are the genesis. You are the source where everything happens. It all begins inside of you, and you need to say yes to it. It reminds me of this story. Some of you may have heard it. Siddhartha Gautama was a prince, and he had everything, or so he thought. He had money and wealth. I mean, he was a prince. He could get the best food that he wanted. He could have people serve him. He could do almost anything that he wanted, but he wasn't fulfilled. He had everything, but he didn't have everything. Because he felt like, well, I have everything. Like, why aren't I happy? What's going on? And so he decided that he was going to give up his princeliness, and he was going to go outside the castle walls and explore to see what life had. Now, unfortunately, life had a lot of sucky things. There was starvation. There was people being really mean to each other. There was this drama that was out in the world, and it was producing a lot of suffering. And so he didn't find the thing he was wanting whenever he went out into the world, but he did see all of the challenges and the difficulty that he wasn't aware of. He had no idea about. And he was like, how do I understand this? What is my purpose? What is my point? Why am I here? And maybe you've asked that as well. And as he was walking and going through his adventures, he finally just said, you know what? I'm going to just give up. I'm going to sit underneath this Bodhi tree and I'm going to wait until I figure it out. I'm just going to wait. And he waited and waited and waited and waited. And he started letting go of his attachments. He started letting go of everything he saw out there, the good, the bad, the ugly. He started letting go of all of it. And he surrendered his attachments to everything. And all of a sudden, he got this connection. He got this deep awareness that he was part of the entire cosmos itself, that he was connected to everything and everybody, and that it was all interconnected, and that the love that he was and is would reverberate out into the universe. And that all he had to do was let go of all of his attachments, and that caused his suffering to stop. And to just recognize that he already was connected to everything. He was a part of the infinite universe of creation. And when he did that, people called him the Awakened One, or the Buddha, as you may have heard. So the Buddha is a great representation of who we are. Like, I want to be the awakened one. Anybody else? The awakened one? Yeah. Well, how does one become the awakened one? Well, first we have to let go. And then second of all, we have to say yes. You have to say yes and welcome in that which you already are. You have to say yes to enlightenment in order to wake up to it. You have to be available and create the conditions for you to see and know it. And when the conditions are right, all of a sudden, everything shifts. And that's who we truly are. And we have the ability to awaken to that if we're willing to say yes to ourselves and to say yes to who we know ourselves to be. See, modern science, quantum physics is really cool because a lot of the things that Buddha talks about and Jesus talked about are things that we're now proving in science, which is pretty cool. Because they say that modern physics says at the deepest level that everything arises from an infinite quantum vacuum where it has nothing, and yet it is everything. So it's a field of nothing, which they call the quantum field, but everything arises from it. So it contains everything. It contains all possibilities, all potentialities. And all we have to do is say yes to a possibility, a potentiality, and when we say yes to it, reality collapses onto itself to make it true. But then what are you saying yes to? What are you welcoming into your life? I mean, are you, I always think of this too as like what about the infinite universe of websites? There's all the websites you can go search for, right? They're all out there. But if you tune into, www.resentment.com, then that's what you get, But if you're turning into infinitepossibilityandgreatness.com, it's like you get that as well. So what are you tuning into and what are you welcoming into your life? I want to try a little meditation with you. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Let it go. Close your eyes. And I want you to picture the vastness of the cosmic universe. Imagine that it's unfolding in all directions without any boundaries. There's stars being born and dying and in constant dance of emergence. And see your own consciousness as the space in which all of that arises. Realize that you are the very ground of all being, where all of this creative energy arises from. And you are the source, conscious field that allows all finite things to happen. You, yourself, are infinite and ever free. And imagine your consciousness expanding further and further, transcending the physical universe itself, becoming the pure, unmanifest awareness that allows even the cosmos to appear and disappear within it. You are the ultimate, changeless, eternal nature of all beingness. And in this unlimited state, realize that anything and everything is possible. There are no boundaries to what you can experience. There's nothing that you cannot create or become. You have the infinite creative power within you because you are that infinite creative source. So in that space, call to mind your highest vision, the whisper of your soul's calling that you feel so deeply and your human self had doubted was even possible. What is the grandest way you feel invited to express the grandest vision of yourself in this life? As you consider it, feel your energy. Feel the joy. Feel the sense of permission growing. Realize that this is the universe itself, in this very moment, dreaming of its next creation through you. You are giving divine permission to birth this into reality because you are the infinite reality that's already making it so. And so when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, slowly raise your hand up in a gesture of humble power, affirming, yes, I give myself permission. Yes, I give myself permission to allow this vision to birth through me. And as you have your hand up in the air, I want you to imagine it's grabbing a seed of possibility, and I want you to pull it towards your heart center and implant it right inside of your body. And now, as you do that, allow yourself to see this infinite power of permission. Feel it blossom and grow inside your beingness. Feel the beauty that it is. Feel all aspects of doubt melt away. And as you do this, I want you to open your eyes as if you are that expression that's already been seeded. Open your eyes, and I want you to look around. If you're here in person, look as if you're seeing the yes in everybody else. That you see the yes in yourself, you see the yes in everybody else. If you're online, and you're alone, you can put your phone up and you can put the camera on and switch it to yourself and look into your own eyes and see the yes. If you're sitting with somebody, look into their eyes and see the yes in them. And now as you are embodying and embracing that, I want you to think about the frequency of that. And know that that frequency is already resonating out into the universe. And here's the cool thing, that in this place called reality, all of the conditions, just like when you plant a seed into the soil, all of the conditions are already ripe for you to experience the fullness of that expression, and that's what this thing called life is. And so as you go forward into this day, into this week, into this month, into this year, recognize and know that you're literally walking in the soil of creation. And that all of the nutrients that you need come to you exactly when you need them. And sometimes it might look like a rainstorm. And the rainstorms can be loud and violent and challenging and difficult and dark. But even in that, there's something in it that nurtures you in order for you to blossom and grow into that truth of your own beingness. And I was thinking about this. I've had some rain clouds recently, let's just say. Some rain clouds. And there's a couple of people in my life I was very angry at. Incredibly angry. And as I was looking at YouTube, which had nothing to do with the fact that I was angry at the time, I had this random video come up. And now, I don't know why this video came up, but it was like a near-death experience video, and I hadn't been searching, I hadn't been looking, like I was looking at cat videos, so I don't know. Like, I don't know how this came up, but I clicked on this video, and I watched this woman, and she was talking about her near-death experience. And as she was talking about her near-death experience, she said she had this life review, and she was like really worried because she knew it was coming up, and she knew all the crappy things she had done to people in her life, and she felt really bad about it. And it didn't get brought up in her life review. And she was like, okay, this is weird. And she said God or spirit or source, or she had a conversation with the creator in this life review. She said, that wasn't pointed out to her. All of those things, she was like, well, maybe I just beat myself enough for it, like I already had suffered enough. But the thing that was brought up to her was her resentments against some people who were actually really not so great people in the world. Like people who were doing harm, and she's like, these were not good people. And she was resentful against them. She was angry. She was sending out, she was saying terrible things about them. And it was pointed out to her that even though she was generally like a very giving human being, like these people did not have safe passage. Now, I don't know, does anybody here have people who don't have safe passage in their mind? I got a couple. I have a few, right? So I had a few, and she said, well, this is the crazy thing. Like, I was always taught that forgiveness is for you. Now, I'm a minister. I teach forgiveness. I teach you that forgiveness is for you. It's not about the other person. Like whenever you when you release yourself of the energy of the anger and the resentment against the situation that happened, you actually give yourself a freedom in your own life. So you feel better as you move through the world. And this burden that you've been carrying about something that happened in the past, it actually gets off your shoulders. So yeah, like I teach that. But she said the crazy thing that she learned, which kind of blew my mind, was every time she would say something bad about this person, that energy would literally go and connect itself to that person and contribute to them being a worse person in the world. Like her anger and spite of this actually helped create them being not so great. And she said, it was really interesting because, forgiveness is, it's for her, but it actually helps that person become a better person by her letting it go. And so she's not contributing to that anymore. And that was a big aha for me this week. It was huge. And I don't know, maybe some of you take a while to get something like, I'm like, I teach forgiveness and I just got this. But I don't want to be the contribution to that person causing more harm in the world. I want to be the contribution to more good happening in the world, which means I got to do my forgiveness work, which means I have to actually let go and be willing to forgive. And where does that start? I have to say yes. I have to say yes to me. I have to say yes to the fact that I love myself so much that I'm willing to let go. And not only do I love myself so much, but I love humanity so much because I recognize and know that I have a ripple effect on all of humanity. And when I do my work and I step into a greater sense of being of who I am, then I affect everybody around me and I help lift them up as well. And so I'm committing to doing that. I'm committing to doing my own work on that because I want to be a place where contribution happens in the world. I want to be a place where I'm actually uplifting others. And I don't want to be the person that's contributing to more harm. So that's talking about all possibilities and all potentialities. You see, we are the place where it all shows up at. And whatever we see out there is also happening in here. And so if I'm willing to let go of it in here, of the resentments, of the anger, And it takes some time. It doesn't happen overnight, just so you know. But if I'm willing, that yes is a ripple out into the universe. That yes. Just as much as the yes of who my greatest, most magnificent beingness is, a yes for the permission for everybody else to step into their own most magnificent beingness. And so my question is, who do you want to be in this world? Who do you want to be? Are you willing to be a place where contribution shows up? And are you willing to be a place not only for yourself, but for all of humanity? Now I am, and I want to be that place where that seed that is planted within me, I see that it's a blueprint for greatness. And I see that the entire universe is nurturing me and cultivating me to step into the fullness of that beingness. And now, maybe you don't want to be a minister. Maybe you want to be the best grandparent ever. Maybe you want to be the best person who ushers somebody through that death transition. But whoever it is, whatever you're called to be, truly, you are the place where creation happens. And it's happening now. And it's happening in this life. And it's happening in and through you right now. And the conditions are ripe for you to grow if you would just say yes. So are you willing to say yes today? All right, so I want you to remember 3 things. 1, you are the place where the infinite field births all realities. The second thing is all possibilities are open to you, just like the websites. And the third thing is that you have the power to midwife entirely new dimensions into manifestation. A quick scientific fact, they have the science of emergence. The science of emergence says that when all of the biological conditions are ripe at a certain level, that there's a quantum leap that happens, an entirely new dimension of existence emerges into reality. And so if you are willing and able to have all of the conditions ripe, and let me tell you the conditions, pray, say yes, meditate, do your spiritual practice. And as you do your spiritual practice, surround yourself with people who are in a resonant frequency as you are. And as you surround yourself in community, all of you create the conditions that are ripe in order for each and every person to have a quantum leap into a brand new experience of reality that has never been created before. But it is ripe to happen because of you. So, with that said, I want you to say, yes, I may.
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 Now let's just see what may happen, because we've all said yes. I'm so excited. I'm very grateful that you're with me on this adventure. Now let's have a great little prayer just to kind of tie it all into a little bow. I am so grateful to recognize that all of the conditions are ripe for this moment to happen. And yet this moment was also a seed planting for the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. And so I turn my conscious awareness to the evolutionary fact that I am here as part of an emergent paradigm of consciousness on the planet. That I'm here to participate in the co-creation of living a life that is filled with joy and vibrancy and creativity, and that I am a place where that shows up. And as I say yes to it and allow it to flow through me and touch every aspect of my life, that divinity, that it allows others to see and feel and know that truth about them as well. And as I do that, I create a ripple effect that transcends time and space and opens me up to the emergent creation of a new dimensional reality that I am welcoming in on this planet. A place where peace shows up, a place where love shows up, a place where we collectively work together to have a new emergent experience of what humanity can be. And I know that from the littlest yes of self-love to the biggest yes of my full, expanded awareness of the thing that's called my life. That all of that is in complete alignment today. That I am tuned in, tapped in, and turned on with it, and I am grateful to be the place in the welcoming space where it shows up. And as I know this for myself, I know it for everybody here, and I am so grateful. I am so grateful to feel it, to know it, to embody it, to express it, and to be the very fulfillment of God as creation in this moment. I say yes, 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 yes I may, yes I may, yes I may. And so it is. Love you all.
Take a deep breath with everybody. Yeah, let it go. Yeah. All right. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest things I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. You are your greatest composition, the perfect note that's pleasing to hear. You are your own physician, and you can heal yourself in this daily game. You can't create yourself, that just been done, but you can compose yourself, it's kind of fun. You are the people that you turn to, you are the one who does do that crazy thing that you do. Your greatest work of art, your greatest work of art is you.
I'm so grateful that all of you said yes to yourself today and to all of us. And I want to do a shout out, especially to those of you who are online. Looks like we have Sandy and Monica. Hello. Pam, Vicky, and Tom, Neil, Carol, Jeanette, and family. Stana, Barb, Izzy, and my mom and John. So good to see you all. So glad you're here. And by the way, so we heard from some new people that we don't give enough time to write a check out. So here's how it goes, new people. Here's the information about where to write your check out, and if you want to scan for the QR code for Venmo. We're going to do some announcements first, so you have some time, and then we're going to do our gifts, tithes, and offerings. So I'm going to shift over to the announcements. First of all, today is our first Sunday of the month, which means we're having a potluck brunch after this service. So if you're here in person, head on downstairs, enjoy the delicious food. And if you brought food, thank you so much. Every time I eat the potluck food, it gets better and better and better. So thank you for continuing to outdo yourself in deliciousness. I'm grateful. In addition, we have the Gourmets for God auction that's happening today. Yay! Now, in the back of the room, Patrick is holding up a Gourmets for God booklet. So you do register online. You can do it on your phone. And you can look at all of the events. We have 53 events. We have all kinds of events going on. I think LaVon just said, LaVon is doing a supper club with Brian and Jake. Yeah, so we're going to have, I went to that last year and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was out of the park, bam. I don't think I've been to better. So really, I would encourage you to do that. $5 raffles. So in the back, and these gift baskets that are $5 raffle gift baskets, they were put together by the men's group and the women's group, and they have $250 worth of stuff in them. So yeah, $5 for you. You could buy a bunch of raffle tickets, win those amazing gift baskets. You could bid on my event. Deb Peters is coming to my house and is going to teach people how to cook Indian food. I know that Gail keeps outbidding people. So thank you, Gail. By the way, for any event that I bid on, feel free to outbid me. The auction closes at 1:00, so I'm going to make sure and maybe outbid you too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm also doing which isn't published, but I'm going to be doing the event, the Mandala Rock event. I'm going to bless all the little Mandala rocks, which I'm very excited about co-doing that. Kathy Ann is doing some great crafts that's going to happen downstairs in the fellowship hall. I mean, there are some amazing events. So I should be very brief so you can go look at the thing and go bid and have fun, because truly I plan my entire calendar for the year to be in community, and I have so much fun. So I'd encourage you to sign up for those events, check them out, and participate in the Gourmets for God bidding. Who here has bid so far? Who here has bid? Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Bid, yeah.
Green marks I bid on.
Those are all the things that you bid on? All the green marks? Yeah. For those of you who are online, Gail just said, these are all the things I bid on. Please outbid me on a couple of them because I can't afford them all. I love that. All right, so also there's the Lodge of Light Chakra Retreat that's happening this week. I am facilitating that, and I had 2 cancellations. So if you're interested in going on a last-minute chakra retreat, please join me this Wednesday, and we're going to be doing all kinds of chakra things. We even have a sound bath healing happening on one of the evenings, so it's going to be super awesome. Next Sunday, Kathy Ann is doing a Power of Love workshop. It's only in person, so if you're interested, please come in person. It's after second service. We'd love to have you join her and the practitioners. And if you want to find more love in yourself or see more love out in the world, this is a perfect opportunity for you to do it. And last but by no means least, we wanted to let you know that the Finney Ridge neighborhood, which is where we're located, they're having a huge garage sale, and we're participating in it. So if you want to donate items to our garage sale, which all the money that we spend, we're going to donate to, or all the money that we get, we're going to donate to scholarships for CBEC camp. So if you want to do some of your spring cleaning, clear out your stuff, the garage sale is on May 18th, and you can donate it beforehand, and there's information for you to look at if you want to know when the donation times are, or if you want to volunteer and just be part of the people that organize and sell things. We would love that as well. All right, so now it is time for our gifts, tithes, and offerings. And what I love about being in spiritual community, yes, please bring the offering basket down. Kenny is one of our ushers, and I appreciate that with your amazing shoes. Holy moly. Wow. Those look great. So if you want to be a place of contribution to the greater community, or if you have received any value off of this service today, just recognize and know that your gift makes a difference. So if you could just hold your gift or your intention over your heart, and imagine right here and now that this gift is a gift of love that blesses not only the giver, you, but the receiver, which is every single person in this community and every person who ever will walk into this community. Just feel that gratitude and love and appreciation, and know that it multiplies abundantly for every single person here. And for that, I'm grateful. So feel free to bring up your blessing, and if you gave online, feel free to just bless the basket and come on up. Thank you so much.
I got distracted watching everybody come around looking happy because they got to give. I'm Jerry Paul, practitioner emeritus, goddess, priestess. Those are my pronouns. And I only got to say that because I said, yes, I may. True. So, we are practitioners. We love to pray. And I invite you to come and join Nancy for a prayer circle. To be supported in saying, yes, I may. Yes, I am. A unique and wonderful expression of the one life, and my life is expanding beautifully. That's how we pray. And in the corner over there, there's a practitioner desk, and Sean is there to support you if you want to write a prayer request out. And Ev is off blessing the offerings. So anytime you see somebody with one of these, we are available. We will hear you, we will see you, we will love you. Tomorrow I'm doing at 7 o'clock a guided meditation on Zoom. You might have fun, you might find peace. And I am so grateful that I see they are negotiating peace, because we have embraced peace. We have embraced every person on this planet with love. And I know that that love is unfolding in such delicious and wonderful and magnificent ways because of each one of us. In this room, online, oh, there's a button to push for prayer there too. So let's just breathe in that magnificence of life. Breathe it in and know that that is the truth of you. Everything that's true of the God, Goddess, is true of each and every one of us. So let's really be conscious of being that yes, I may. 24/7. There are people to love, and you are one of them. And so it is.
All right, we've been prayed up, raised up, and brought to greater joy. So let's sing together and close it out together. Stand up if you will. Come up on stage. Come on, let's start this up. 1, 2. This little light of mine